Good morning, everyone. Leah Dixon here from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia, and I am joining you live for day 8, I believe, of my summer celebration series. Today is a little bit different. It's a Saturday. We have a bit more time, a bit more relaxing. And today is also the day that I would normally do my monthly online workshops. So today's summer celebration series is actually going to be like a mini catalog launch. I'm going to focus less on, well, actually, I'm not going to focus at all on the celebration sets today, and give you guys a quick trip through the mini catalog, do some stamping with you. And today is kind of like a card class as well, because we're going to make 3 cards, and you're going to have an opportunity to get the make and take kit to create those 3 cards. So I'll switch you guys over to my desktop so I can start showing you the amazing product we're going to work with today from the mini catalog. As you pop on, if you want to say hi in the comments, that would be great. This is streaming. Hi, Karen. This is streaming to YouTube and to Facebook this morning. So wherever you're joining me from, thank you. And let's get started. All right, so our mini catalog, I have been using bits and pieces from it, but I've really been highlighting our amazing Sale-a-bration catalog, because right now for every $60 you spend out of our mini or our annual, you earn free product from our Sale-a-bration. But today I wanted to show you that there's some other product that you can earn, and I want you to see some of the really beautiful stuff in our mini catalog. I'm actually going to flip to the very last page of our catalog, though. It's probably our most neglected page in our catalog, and that's really too bad. So today we're really going to focus on it. And this is all about host rewards. So if you want to get some friends together online or in person and host a party, you can earn these. But you can also earn these just by placing an order that's over $200. And my favorite piece in here is the Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. It's a giant pack of 12 by 12 Designer Series paper, and it is so much fun. Now, I know for a lot of you, hosting a party might not be realistic. Maybe placing a $200 order is not realistic. So today's class is featuring that Celebrate Everything, and with a $60 order, you actually will get 24 sheets of this gorgeous paper. So it's about 1/8 of a pack, because this pack is giant. It's 48 sheets. You get 4 each of 12 double-sided designs at 12 by 12. So I'm going to give you guys 2 each of 12 double-sided designs at 6 by 6, which is still a lot of paper. I'm going to actually show you. I'm going to put my catalog away for a few minutes. We will keep coming back to it, but I don't want to just kind of like walk you through the catalog. I want to show you the goodies. So this is a little package I put together. And it is still, you can see it's still a significant amount of paper, even though it's only 1/8 of a pack. My goodness. And so you get all these gorgeous designs. I'll show you both sides at once. And so the papers are bright and fun, and they cover all seasons, which I'm going to show you in today's cards. So we've got this fun kind of like, I don't know, it can be scallops or it can be waves, clouds. I'm not really sure how you want to use that. And fireworks. I love this, that they've kind of brought in some papers that allow us to celebrate, 4th of July, Canada Day, New Year's Eve, like just super fun. Oh, you didn't get your order? Oh no, that's too bad that it's going to show up on Monday. I'm so sorry. I wasn't expecting mine till Monday, and it actually arrived quite late last night. I was a bit surprised and very excited. All right, then we've got this green and the trees. So there we go. I love it. I've got this paper, and the other side is these kind of cute little bows. Now this one we're actually using on a card today. I love these ornaments. All right, the little stars. When I saw this, I thought Halloween, maybe even like a darker like Christmas scene. And then the awesome plaid on the other side. We've got, I love the Pacific Point. So the Pacific Point kind of wonky grid paper. And then the other side of it is some really cool, like magnified wood grain. And so you can color that with blends and make all sorts of fun colors. I'm not a huge Halloween fan, but I gotta say I love this paper. And the other side of it is some nice stripes. So there we go. Love this pattern. Such a sucker for these overlapping circles. And then the big chevron on the other side. All right, some beautiful fun leaves. And then some just kind of subtle granny apple green, like plus signs or whatever. And then we've got some fireworks that are all colored in for us with that nice night sky. And the other side of that is some really fun triangles. From Paris. Oh, bonjour, Fabienne. Wow, that's awesome. Thanks for joining. We've got some rainbow stripes, and I don't know, this one kind of would be fun even to like cut out a Christmas tree from it. We've got all sorts of Christmas tree dies. And then my last one, I don't even know which side I'd like more. We've got polka dots and we've got stripes. So just really, really beautiful paper. So that is the whole set that I'm going to mail out to you just this weekend, just until July 11th. If you live in Canada, you can place a $60 order with me. I've put a host code there in my description of this video. $60 order using that host code, you're going to get this stack of paper as well as all the other little paper bits and ribbons and embellishments and stuff, like just what you need to make 2 each of the 3 cards that we're going to make today. Ah, oh, Fabienne, je peux parler un petit peu de français, mais mes voyeurs veulent écouter en anglais. Je suis désolée. I was just letting Fabienne know that I could speak in French, but my French isn't fabulous, and you guys are here to hear me in English. So thank you for listening and trying, though. That's awesome. All right, our first card today, we're going to be using a new set from the Mini Catalogue called Splendid Thoughts. So I'm just going to pull up the catalog page for you because it's part of a suite. Oh my goodness. I had the page all marked and everything. Where did it go? It is a suite, and I have used it already this year and created some cards. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm actually not sure I shared them with you. I might have just been playing around in my studio and didn't get those posted. Okay, so it's kind of cool that our catalog has some non-Christmas stuff in it, even though it's a Christmas catalog. So this is a full Splendid Day suite. It's got a stamp set. It's got beautiful dies that coordinate and match. So I like when they coordinate and match. So we can cut out the outlines of some of these things, but then we have very thin pieces that will be nice accents. And then the real showstopper of this suite is actually the designer series paper. It's this beautiful metallic paper. Well, one side metallic, one side matte, and in just these gorgeous, gorgeous colors. I'm actually, although it's the showstopper, it's probably one of my favorite parts of this suite, I'm actually not going to use it today. I want to show you how you can use up some of this Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. So what I've done is I've grabbed 2 pieces of this paper. They're cut at 4 inches each, and then this one's cut at 2 inches. This one's cut at 3 inches. All right, this is becoming quickly one of my favorite card layouts when using designer series paper because it allows you to use a lot of designer series paper and really make it a fun part of the card, but without having to think really beyond what colors do you like. So just matching up your colors. So I think I actually made a card just the other day for you guys using this layout. Maybe it was actually my In Color Club. All right, so we've got that 2-inch piece glued down at the top, and we've got a 3-inch by 4-inch piece down here for the bottom, and we're just gluing this straight to a thick basic white cardstock base. All right. So with that glued on, we're going to set that off to the side and do a little bit of stamping. So I have a piece here. This is cut from the Scallop Contours dies, and we're going to just start stamping right on there. Now these colors over here are Shaded Spruce and Pool Party. So that is the ink that I'm going to use for this one. So I've got my Shaded Spruce, and I'm going to use that to stamp kind of this larger image from the Splendid Days or Splendid Thoughts stamp set. All right, so we're just going to ink that up, and right kind of center and as high up as you can go, we're going to stamp that guy. All right, now that he's done, I'm going to close my Shaded Spruce ink because earlier when I was trying to play around and see what colors I liked, I accidentally stamped into my Shaded Spruce twice and it didn't work out as well. So now I've got my Pool Party ink and I've got this neat kind of leaf. Now it does not actually line up with this stamp, but it kind of does. And the idea is that you're going to stamp it on there and it's going to, color it, but not, fully properly fit inside the lines. And that's actually the look of this stamp set. That's kind of how it's supposed to work. So you're not doing anything wrong when you can't get it to line up. All right, with that done, I am now going to grab a smaller piece of paper. And I don't have one here. Let me just grab a scrap off my desk. So this is just a little 1 by 3 inch piece of paper. So you can see it's like just smaller than the scallop die that we've got there. And I'm going to get my Shaded Spruce again. And my favorite sentiment from this set, which says, "Let's celebrate." I just love how the fonts sit together, and it's just the perfect sentiment because it could be a wedding, it could be a birthday. Like, we don't have to commit to an event yet. We can just create a beautiful card that we'll be able to share with somebody that we care about, and it's all good. Okie dokie. So now that we have that, because this is a 1 inch strip and I have my banners Pick-a-Punch, so it's nice. It does the 2 different kinds of banners. This will take a 1/2 inch, a 3/4 inch, or a 1 inch piece of paper. Mine happens to be 1 inch. Now I do like to use it upside down. And we're going to pop that right in all the way to the end and let it fly. All right, pop this one in. And there we go. Now let's see. I'm actually going to trim that down just a tiny bit. So I'm actually going to take just some paper snips and trim that one end. Just the one. I feel like I maybe didn't stamp centered, and so it didn't look quite right to me. Now that's in a little bit, so we'll do this side. You do have to be careful with this whole back and forth, making it shorter and shorter. You could go too far, but there we go. That's going to work for me. Okay, excellent. So now I'll just pick up all my little bits. I always keep a little bucket on my desk to put all my paper scraps into. Kind of makes it easy to keep clean. Oh, hi, Mary. I know. Isn't this paper beautiful? The whole set, that Celebrate Everything, just is so fun and so pretty. All right, now before we kind of attach this, I'm going to bring in some bling. And this is the gold satin edged ribbon. And so we've got these 2 gold stripes and then very clear satin in the center and a bit darker vanilla satin on the outside. And although I am working with basic white, I am going to add some vanilla and gold to this card because I actually have a feeling this is going to end up being like a fancier, I want it to be a fancier card so that it could be for a wedding. Now that now that restrictions have lifted and stuff, I'm finding more and more people who kind of had put off bigger celebrations are having them now. And so whether it's me needing to go to an event or people I know looking for cards, I'm getting a lot more requests for wedding cards lately. I think I made a wedding card the other day using this set as well, because it just really is a nice set for a wedding. Okay, so I'm going to tie that in a knot first, and I've kind of made sure that it's collecting on the two scallops that are the same height up. Then I'm going to tie some bunny ears here and loop those around. There we go. So yeah, this host paper that we're using, there's really only two ways to get it. You can place an order with me today and get it for free with your make and take kit. Or you can add it with a $200 party. You can add it onto your Stampin' rewards. And it's a $24.50 pack of paper. But it's actually valued at like over $40 in terms of like what it actually costs. All right. So that bow is not sitting the way I want it to sit. All right. Sometimes we have to do funny things to make bows work. I'm also going to pull this right out to the edge, I think. Okay. So I might put my sentiment down before I try tying that bow. It'll give me a better sense of where things are going. So to put my sentiment on here, I'm going to use dimensionals at the top and bottom so that hopefully they hit the paper instead of the ribbon. And we're going to keep this nice and flat. There we go. All right, so they are going to pop onto the ribbon a bit, but they're also going to hit the paper, which is really going to help secure it. All right, there. Now I want this sentiment centered on my scallop border. There we go. All right, now that should help hold everything in place so that I can now tie my bow. All right, so 2 bunny ears. A little bit trickier now that I've trimmed those ends. That's okay. Oh. Sometimes it's also how your knot starts, so I'll just really pull that in the direction I want. Bows are kind of one of those things. I have a lot easier time with them off screen than on screen. And you got to just keep playing with the ribbon and twisting it and pulling it until it lays the way you want it to. All right, there we go. That is much better. All right, so I just wanted to really to have like that little bit of gold here on the side. I don't want it to interfere with my words. And yeah, there. Now that one just needs a little fixing. There. All right, so with all that done, I'm going to flip it over and put some dimensionals on the back of it. And so again, I'm kind of trying to avoid where I've put my ribbon, and I am going to put a few in the center just for extra oomph. All right, and a few more off. We're just about done our card. Once we get this attached, we're just going to add a little bit more bling to this card. There we go. So we've got that gold ribbon happening. And so to complement the gold ribbon, I have got our red and green adhesive backed pearls. So they come in the red, I think it's cherry cobbler, soft succulent, and then we have silver and gold. So I'm going to grab my take your pick tool and use some of these gold ones to kind of decorate. Actually, I don't want that down there. I'm going to put that up on there, I think. So I'm not pressing these down yet. I am just kind of starting to lightly place them. and then I'll press them down when I'm sure about their locations. And I am kind of doing a big splattering of them across this card. No, I'd like that up higher. So this is the part that I always find tricky, is where do I want these? How do I want these? So I think, I think maybe that one. Nope, maybe up there is going to be better. This is the tricky part. So I try to kind of keep little bundles of 7 going. Oh, merci. So actually, no, there we go. We're going to stick with 5 and just do like that. So I like the placement of those now. So I'm going to press those down and it's finished. So that is our final first card. And so we've got a little bit of gold happening there, some really pretty paper from the Celebrate Everything host paper, and then the Splendid Thoughts stamp set to create our first card. So we're going to set that to the side. It's not a Christmas card. And we're going to move into creating actually a Halloween card, because we've got such great stuff happening here in this catalog and with this designer series paper. And there was this one little Halloween one. So now thank you, Mary. Thank you, Karen. I very rarely, well, almost never make any kind of Halloween cards. I'll usually do like a little treat pouch for my students at school, but I really don't make Halloween cards. But I do on occasion get requests for them. So having this Celebrate Everything pack is great because it means I don't have to invest money into purchasing any Halloween stuff. Although if you love Halloween, you'll love our new catalog, because here, actually, before I pull in all the stuff to make this card, I'll just give you a little peek. If you are a mega Halloween fan, these things are so cute. It made me consider becoming a Halloween person. Some great designer series paper to go with the cutest little witches. If you've got it, haunt it. I love it. So super fun. But here's the page that, I don't know, it just reminded me of my boys when they were little. These beautiful silhouettes, the scary silhouettes, and the die set that goes with it is really, really fabulous. So if you are a total Halloween person, we have some great stuff for you. And then now I do wish for this card, when I designed it, the glitter washi tape is something I think I'm going to have to grab. It's kind of hidden here, but it's, what is it? Old Olive, Highland Heather, Pumpkin Pie, and Black glittery washi tape. And it's quite thin. It's only a 1/4 inch wide. So I did wish that I had that for this card. I might be adding that to my next order, because I can see purposes for that on birthday and even the black glitter on like Christmas cards and stuff. But, you know, for the few little things that I need, this paper from the Celebrate Everything is going to be perfect. So I've grabbed a thick basic white cardstock base again. Oh, for the frog. Oh, that's so funny. Well, it's funny what you find in these Halloween sets that you think, oh, I could use that for this, you know, and it's not necessarily Halloween. There is some really cute stuff, and those silhouettes just, I don't know. So I've got my thick basic white cardstock and some gorgeous grape ink for this card. Now I'm going to start with my blending brush. Just get a little bit of gorgeous grape ink on there. I'm going to start off my page, and then I'm going to come in here and just do a circle. I don't know, I guess maybe almost 3 inches. It's not, you know, you don't have to be super specific with how big your circle is. There we go. So just doing a little light gorgeous grape across the back there. just to add a little hint of color to what otherwise would be a very, very plain white card. All right, I'm going to put that blending brush over there so it's out of the way. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn this cardstock sideways. I'm actually going to grab my bone folder to really close that card, because I'm going to be stamping along the edge. So actually, I haven't even shown you guys the stamp set we're going to use. Now, I might not be a Halloween person, but I am a Thanksgiving person. I love everything about the autumn, everything about Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite times of the year. So I've grabbed the Hello Harvest stamp set, and there are some really beautiful dies, but again, I'm not using dies today for these cards. I want to keep it simple. And so we're going to use this stamp set, but we're going to start with this little stamp. I have a feeling I'm going to use this little guy a lot on a lot of cards, because he's just kind of a fun little embellishment. So what I've done is I've gone and put him onto my block, and I've practiced stamping where I've made sure that the edge of my block is what I'm going to be lining up, not how the stamp appears. So I'm going to grab my Gorgeous Grape ink again, and I'm going to ink that up, and then I'm going to line up the edge of my block, not my stamp, with the edge of the card. And that's allowing me to keep this fairly straight and get it the same distance all the way along. There we go. And one more. Awesome. So I've just done kind of like a little edging down our card. And it's just kind of a cute little thing. So with that done, now I'm going to take my Designer Series paper and I'm going to glue that down right like just up against the edging. Now this is where I actually really wanted, I do love that edging piece, and I'm glad I was able to use it, but this is where I would have wanted the washi tape. I would have put a little strip of sparkle along there, either the pumpkin pie or the Highland Heather. Probably the Highland Heather, but I don't have it, so we make do with what we have. Okay, so this again is getting glued straight to our card front and right over top of some of that purple. It's all good. Okay, so that's done. We're going to set that to the side, and we're going to get stamping with our actual images. And I'm going to be using this pumpkin and our little hello. So while we still have our Gorgeous Grape, oh, it sounds like it's raining here. Oh, interesting. No, it might just be the noise of my computer. It's getting a little old. And so it's making a lot of interesting noises. Okay, so I've just stamped hello, just on a scrap. I think it's a 1 inch. Oh, that was really crooked. Yikes. You know what? Don't worry about it, because I'll fussy cut it and we'll be good. All right, so I've just stamped hello in Gorgeous Grape again on a scrap of paper, and we're actually going to fussy cut this guy to cut him down to size, because I really want him quite as thin as possible. So I'm just going to use the bottoms of the letters as a guide to be able to cut a straight line along there, and then come on in nice and close again and use the tops of these letters. Now, at that point, once you've trimmed it down that small, we've got a few choices. You can use the banner punch that I was using before to trim this up, or you can just come in with your snips. And I want a softer angle. There we go. And just use your snips to create a banner. So I was just kind of look for, okay, where's the center point? And just like that. So If you don't have the fancy tools, a pair of scissors will do. Now, a good pair of scissors definitely helps. But there we go. So we've got this really small little hello now. Now, on our larger piece of paper, I have a scrap here that I believe is like 3 inches by 3 inches. We are going to bring in our pumpkin stamp and some Memento black ink. Oh, and I just got some on my fingers. Yikes. Okay, try not to touch anything. So we're going to stamp that. And then I am going to grab my chamois and clean this black ink off my hands before I get it all over anything. So this is the great thing with the chamois is, yes, you can use it to clean your stamps, but you can also use it just like a cloth and wipe that up. All right. So with that done, we are going to color our pumpkin. So I'm going to start with my pumpkin pie blends. I'm going to start with my dark one with the paintbrush tip. And I'm going to kind of paintbrush, oh, yikes. I'm going to paintbrush everywhere where there is kind of like already the highlighting. I think I see where I got the black ink on my hand. There was a stray thread from my ink pad, and it was unfortunately on my card. Okay, so now that we've kind of got that done, I am going to come in with my light pumpkin pie and blend all that together. Okay. And so I am really kind of going over the areas where I had to put my dark pumpkin pie as well, so that I can blend all that together. So we end up with kind of like the darker edges and then a lighter, brighter center on each panel of our pumpkin. There we go. And then for the stem, I didn't want to add another color because I was tempted to like make it a brown stem or a green stem, but I really didn't want to add something new to this. We already have a lot of colors happening. So I'm using my light basic black, and do use your light one. Your black one will like just make it a charred little stump on the top of your pumpkin. The light one will allow some of the design in the tip to kind of show through. Now, before I go and cut this out, I have also grabbed my light fresh freesia. Now, this is not a necessary step, but oh, like Stampin blends, they're awesome. Yeah. So these are alcohol blends, so they blend really nicely and they don't leave any kind of streaks or anything. They're fabulous. Fabienne, are you familiar with Stampin' Up? I do know that there are demonstrators in France that sell Stampin' Up, and these stamp sets, a lot of them come in French as well. If you're not familiar, I can help you find a demo. I know actually a few really good demonstrators in France. And I'm not sure. I think one of them might even be in Paris. So I just went around the outside with my light fresh freesia. Totally not a necessary step for this card, but you're going to see that what it does is when I put this onto my card front, I'm not going to have like a stark white outline to this pumpkin because I am going to fussy cut it. And I don't want to cut right on the black line. I'm going to leave a very small border that's just showing that light fresh freesia, and it's going to help it blend in with that purple background. So here we go. So just fussy cut that. And honestly, I actually haven't played with the dies yet that came with this one. I don't know if there is a die that cuts out the pumpkin. I feel like there is. But for the sake of today's cards, because people aren't going to have all this stuff, I want you to see how simple this is. And, you know, if you grab this card kit and you're not going to get all 3 sets, you know, you just use any pumpkin you do have, and you can use the same technique with it. So see now with that little border, it's not like a stark white background. Oh, you're a demonstrator. Fabulous. Oh, near Disneyland, Paris. Oh, you are so lucky. Oh, I love it. Okay, so just like that, we're going to use just a little bit of seal. Oops, let's get it rolling. A little bit of seal there. And I'm going to attach my hello to my pumpkin so it just overlaps a little bit. Now I've done that before putting it onto my card. So now I can flip the whole thing over like it's one piece and pop some dimensionals on the back here. And there's one over there near our banner. Oops. And one more. Here we go. All right. Oh, yeah. You know, growing your business can be really challenging. And I was actually just watching some of the new videos, the Unstuck video by Stampin' Up. And the one thing that I heard come up in all of them was consistency. So if you have the time to, you know, always do the videos and stuff, it does help grow your business. But mostly, you know, I became a demonstrator, but I mostly got into this just because I adore stamping. All right, so now the last kind of touch to this is I grabbed the leaf label and amber gems. So I actually grabbed these because when I welcome the students to my class every year, I like to have their names already like up on a display board of some kind. So sometimes we do hearts. I've done trees. I like to put their names on things and kind of create something. And I loved these because they're little labels with the little hole at the top. So what I'm actually going to be able to do is create like a little mobile in the class and use some thread and put each of their names. Oh, sorry, Fabienne. I'm going to be able to put each of their names on one of these leaves so that we can have like a little display in the class with our whole class. So I grabbed these leaves, but they came with the beautiful amber gems, which are going to be perfect for this project. So I'm just going to grab an amber gem and pop it up there, and another one over here. And finally, actually, let's use a large one, and another one down right in that spot. So we've just got that little bit of amber on there, and then that finishes off our card nicely. So there's our second card, and it's a Halloween card, all with one pack of paper. So we've got a beautiful birthday or wedding card, followed by a Halloween card. And our last card for today is going to be a Christmas card. There's so much Christmas in that pack of Celebrate Everything. I couldn't resist. So let me just clear some stuff out. And in terms of Christmas options, oh, they are endless in our mini catalog. I won't show it all to you, but we have it all. We have, let's see here. We've got candy canes and more candy canes, ornaments and boughs of holly and reindeers and trees. Like, if there's something Christmassy that you can think of, we've got it. We've got Santa Claus and snowflakes, gingerbread houses, and penguins, poinsettias. These are 2 returning stamp sets that I absolutely adored from last year, so I was really happy to see them back. And then we've got more holly, more ornaments. But here's the one that I am going to be featuring today. And I'll get back to you, Fabienne. Maybe we can talk after after my video and we can chat online. Yeah. So this is the set that I am going to be featuring today. It's called Jingle, Jingle, Jingle. It doesn't have any dies or anything. It's just a standalone set. They've created some fun little samples here in the catalog, but I'm going to create a fun little one for you using the Celebrate Everything DSP. I forgot what it was called for a moment. All right. So let's see here. Oh, I don't need those yet. Got too many things. All right. So I am a big fan of non-traditional Christmas cards. I loved that this pack of paper had non-traditional colors, really bright, fun colors. So what we're going to do is I started here. This piece is cut at 4 1/4, so it'll go all the way to the top. And I can't remember how wide I made it, and 3 inches wide. So 4 1/4 by 3 for this piece. But before we do anything, I just grabbed 2 little strips of Granny Apple Green that are also 4 1/4 tall. And the width doesn't really matter. I think mine happened to be like 3/4 of an inch. They just came out of my scrap bin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue them on the back like that to create a little border onto my designer series paper, but without having to use a full sheet of paper. So to do that, I'm actually going to flip this over. I'm going to grab my seal and I'm going to have trouble starting it again. There we go. I can see the red. I know I'm getting close to the end, and it always gets a little bit trickier to use near the end. All right, so a strip of seal there and a strip of seal there. Okay, so with that done, we're going to pop this on here. And there we go. And over here. Just like that. All right, so we've got that cute little border happening, and now we're going to glue this directly to our card front, leaving another little border. Now, my card front is a Coastal Cabana card front, and it is 11 by 4 1/4, and then scored at 5 1/2. So I always like to use my liquid glue. I'm going to use that to attach this piece to my card front again. Okay, there we go. So with that done, I'll attach that. And I'm also going to take, because I am using a colored card base, I'm going to take a piece of basic white cardstock that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to glue that right to the inside of my card right now so that I have a nice space in there to write on. All right, so that's going to pop in. Okay, and there you go. So with that kind of set up, we're going to start to work on our sentiment. So I've got a strip of paper here. Let's see, how big is it? It's 4 1/2 by 1 1/2. And I do want it nice and big like that because I want space to be able to stamp my sentiment. So I am using the 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly. I'm going to start with Memento Black ink again. And I'm going to ink up the 'Tis the Season. All right, now put that right in the center. There. Oh, don't put that away. I almost put my stamp where my ink belongs. Okay, there we go. Ink's put away. 'Tis the Season is stamped. Now I am going to stamp the patterned part of Jolly first. And I am going to use polished pink to do it. Well, actually, am I? Or am I going to use Poppy Parade? Let's just give this a quick look with Polished Pink. I might not be dark enough. Oh yeah, no, that'll totally be dark enough. Okay, so here we go. Polished Pink. And I'm stamping the design part first. Now, with the design part stamped, I am now going to do my outline, and this is actually where I'm going to use my Poppy Parade. So I'm again getting that two-tone like pink and red together. And like, good luck if you were to try and like ink this up if it was all one thing. So I love that it is 2 stamps, and you can use your Stamparatus for this, but I do actually find that this is pretty easy to line up because you can see through them. And so there we go. We've got our pink and our red stamped together. And that was a little bit crooked, but that's all right. We'll get this fixed up. So now, because this one is larger, we cannot go in and use any of our punches for this one. So I do have to just, I'm actually going to use a pencil for this one to kind of find the halfway point. Where's my pencil? There it is. So 3/4. That way, just for sure, my center point will be at the same place on both sides. All right, so I just used a pencil to create a tiny dot so I can see where I'm aiming for when I do my cut. There we go. And then go in from this edge, just like that. And then do the same thing on the other side. There. And there. So now I have created this kind of fun, oh, that is really crooked. I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle that. We'll see. Yeah, no, that is way too crooked. So I am going to use my snips to kind of trim that up and make it straight. So I'm actually technically making my my banner crooked, but that's okay. And we'll go in from this side as well. I just need it to look straight. So there we go. All right. Now that actually looks straight. I don't know if it actually is, but it looks straight. So that's all that matters to me. So we've got our little banner here in our Polished Pink and Poppy Parade, and we're going to attach this to our card front using dimensionals. So grab my pack of dimensionals, pop those on kind of sporadically here. There we go. And then our finishing touch is going to be to add a little bit of bling to this card. There we go. Now, initially I had thought about using our fine sparkle gems, because although these are technically Calypso Coral, I feel like they're kind of a good match. However, I am leaning towards, I think, grabbing some brighter colors. Oh no, that's definitely too bright. Okay, we have one more option, if I can remember where I put them. We have some really nice opals. So there's always so many choices. Oh yeah, I like that, bringing the pink in. So these are our in-color opal rounds, and these ones actually happen to be Polished Pink, which is the ink we just used. And so we're going to bring these in and put some little Polished Pink dots on here. And I think that that is going to be just the thing for this. There we go. So that is our completed Christmas card. And I love that it's the non-traditional, like, you know, yeah, there's some red and green in there, but we've mixed it up with so many other things that it just works. And so that was with the Jingle Jingle stamp set. So let me just recap here by bringing in all of our cards. So we've got a nice wedding card, or Halloween card, and a Christmas card here. All of these created using that amazing Celebrate Everything host paper. So you can place a $200 order and get the whole 48 sheet 12 by 12 pack for yourself. You can host a party and you can contact me to set a date to host a party, either online or in person. Or with a $60 order using the host code attached to this card class, you can get the make and takes to make 2 of each of these, plus you'll get the little 6x6 stack for yourself. So that is our summer Sale-a-bration today, minus the Sale-a-bration, of course. I actually didn't highlight any Sale-a-bration sets today, but do know that with your $60 order, you also do get to choose a Sale-a-bration set, and there's so many great ones that would go really nicely with these. I've been playing. I've got unfortunately, I already sent them out in the mail, but I've got little cards created using the hippos with some of this paper, and yeah, just super, super fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I do have one more day of my summer Sale-a-bration, and I will be back to using Sale-a-bration items, and that will be tomorrow. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. is my last summer Sale-a-bration video. So I hope you guys can join me for that. And in the meantime, if you'd like to, oh, you're very welcome, Karen. If you'd like to share this video, share my special on these cards, that would be great. And have a wonderful day, everyone. Fabienne, à bientôt. Si vous voulez parler, you can messenger me on Facebook if you'd like, or leave an email address that I can contact you at. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.